All right, bringing us back in. Let's get back to this battle. Thanks for staying with us. And we're at the top of the order. Dars, you are up.
Doris takes a step like forward and looks around this corner and sees this these weird bird things and an orc on the ground and is like shit. And so he jumps this fence and he goes up against this wall and he attempts to stealth. Well, I mean he does stealth. That's his action. Where is that thing? Well,
Oh, yeah, roll
whether it
it.
works or not.
Okay.
He has a fucking +4. A
He
plus
thinks
four
he's
to
pretty
this.
stealthy.
Son of a bitch.
He has not realized yet he is not.
And he uses the rest of his movement to just slink around this way. God, fuck. That's my turn.
Yeah, and it's not completely his fault because it is high noon, so it is kind of hard to do. But
Yeah, he figures there's some
Stick your
extra
mouth.
person out there who
Yep.
rolls like a D10.
all right, most of you are starting to get the scent of burning. Something is definitely burning. There's more rubble. There is a lot of dust in the air. We are now, so many buildings have been hit and smashed into that there's definitely a haze kind of raising up around over the town, of like kind of that battlefield dust, that's starting to slightly obscure vision, but not quite. And it's giving a real war-torn feel. Your throats are being clogged with it a little bit. It's making it hard to breathe a little bit. And for those of you that have been in war, any type of this is exactly what you remember wars and sieges to be like. Not just small battles or skirmishes. This is like a big war battle. For those of you at home, think Saving Private Ryan at this point. All right, that moves to Urgula.
Save the inn! So she's going to go 60 to there. And she keeps looking back, hoping that more people are coming. If she sees those little fire dudes, that's going to be her number one worry right now.
Yeah, she can see him between the two buildings. She definitely sees him. Go ahead and make a history if you've got it. If you don't, just an intelligence check to see if you'd recognize what they are. You clearly know they're going to burn stuff just the way they look. Yeah, you know them as
Nice.
Magmen. You fought them in the past, and you know that they're capable of burning buildings down.
Don't let them touch my inn!
Actually, with a 21, I'm going to give you one better. Let me go to the character sheet. You know that when one dies, they burst into flames.
Oh, great.
And if things are too close to it, it's possible for them to take some damage from that.
Splash damage. All right.
Cool. Good roll. Clutch. All right. Darathra, you are up.
All right. Once more with the ruler. Does she have any idea what the magma men are?
I would do a history check or intelligence check. I think you've heard of them, but you don't really know much about them, and they're kind of far enough away that, I mean, to you, they're kind of smaller. Yeah, you're not getting anything. It's not like something you fought before.
Right. I'm sorry. I should just ask what the distances are on these. It'd probably be easier. Does she have a clear shot at the X beaks? Probably not.
Which ones?
Okay. Fire giant. It is
Which axe beaks?
the ones to the south. The ones that are coming in from the east, I should say.
Yeah, I think they're out of range for you, I think. What's
All
your
right.
range on the crossbow?
400.
Yeah, they're out of range.
Okay. I fire giant this one right. Oops, hold on. Gotta go back to the selector. This one.
Okay, that's the female fire giant, and you're at extreme range.
Yep. She also says, I guess she'll say something like, tried to keep the fire beings away from the buildings. She's like shouting to like civilian types. Fill buckets. We'll need water.
Okay. You're not noticing any, or at least not too many civilians to the north of town. Almost everybody's south. And roll maybe a persuasion check. If you don't have that, maybe charisma for her. Okay, I'll say some townsfolk. A few of them hear you, and they go to grab buckets. And they're in the south of the area, though. They go and fill buckets with water, and they kind of wait to figure out where they need to go. But you've got, maybe 5 people grab buckets and are willing to aren't scared enough to keep running.
Obviously, she's too focused on giving orders and not focused enough on shooting. So,
yeah, cool. And yeah, total miss. Okay. Let's go with Gelrin. You've just been hammered by a rock.
Literally.
Make a strength check just to make sure you weren't knocked over prone. So roll a 10 or higher. Yeah,
14.
yeah. So you were able to not get knocked down.
All right. So I recognize that I can't close the distance. And I'll look at Finn and say, perhaps we'd best get out of this area.
You think? And he will hold his left hand out to help you get
All
up
right.
behind him.
And I'll get up behind him on the lion.
Okay. That'll be your action then. Some of your movement. All right. Brings us to the Orogs. All right. Okay. So charging forward, 2 of them. Yeah, they will dash up to you, Mr. Lion. But they're using their dash, so they cannot make an attack. Okay. And these Orogs, hearing their command from the last turn, now instead of marching, the southern ones are now beginning to charge forward. So they will get much further. They crash through these fences and knock it down as they go. So right there, okay. Puts that guy there. They're smashing through the fences. And then Mr. Orc on foot. He's going to mount again. So he'll get back on the axe beak. That'll take up his action, and they begin to run. The X-Beaks run. Yeah, down to there. And the other ones. Make it to there. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Come on. All right, that is the Orogs and Orcs' turn. Brings us to Jarrel.
So Jarrel is going to. He's really only got one move here. He's going to move. I think he can get up to about here with his normal movement. So he's going to get up to about there. He's going to see what's going on with the guys up at the half smile. He's going to take a look over this direction here toward the North Shield house. And he's going to see he's going to see the fire guys. And can he see? No, he can't see the orcs around to the east. So he's going to look up there. He's going to see all that. He's going to look behind. Did it look like Greybeard? Were you kind of going down this road here?
I'm too focused in on the map, but I'm pretty sure yes.
Okay, so you
towards the pond, kind of thing.
Right. Okay. And everybody else was still further behind. Jarl's going to yell up to North and to Urgla that assistance is not going to get there fast enough, and that they should come back so that we can consolidate our forces and provide a unified front instead of getting split up. So
hell no, Skinny, run! Run, Skinny, run!
It is death if I go with you. We need to wait for reinforcements. Narth, bring her back. And he's going to probably put himself around here with his dash. Is any of them, like the giants or anything, within earshot? Or are they just too far away? It seems pretty far.
I mean, yelling distance probably, but there's a lot of yelling and screaming going on, a lot of crashing.
Yeah.
You can hear burning buildings.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's Jarl's turn.
Okay.
He's gonna indicate to kind of meet up at the Lion Share north entrance.
Coffee, you were up.
And dash another 60.
And he's also going to relay that message back behind him.
I'm there.
Awesome. Finn, you're up. You have 2 Orogs in melee range of you.
I can use my disengage as an action.
I believe so.
And I will move 50.
That's a thing, right? We get to look up mounted combat for the first time.
Yeah, there's not a lot written on mounted combat. I mean, not a lot at all.
If they didn't actually engage in combat, does he have to disengage still?
Yeah, because they're in melee range. They would get an attack of
Oh,
opportunity
gotcha.
if he leaves the 5 feet.
Yeah, it's just I'm using the mount as my action.
Yeah,
And
I think that works out that way.
there's only like 3 things you can do. It's like mount, dismount. Where are they? Yeah, there's not a lot you can do with them. So and then I'll move his full movement.
Okay. And you can move Galrin wherever he ends up, Ardreth. As he is riding with him.
Okay, that's 50 feet away.
Okay. That is Finn. That brings us to... yeah, that's that. Ardreth, you are up.
I will continue moving closer as well. But having seen the boulder hit that building earlier, I'll stay a little ways away from it.
Okay.
Okay.
Ian, you are up.
Shoot again. Shoot twice.
Those orcs and axebeaks are behind that building line of sight for you.
If I move slightly to the side, will I be able to see them? I move
yeah,
there.
if you come... I think you'd have to be more like... Wow, there's that crumbled building, but it's not fallen yet. Yeah, I'm going to say they have cover back there. So, yeah, we'll give them cover. So I'll give them
then
two
fuck it.
points.
I try and climb this thing. I want to eventually get up here, so I'm going to climb up on this thing.
The small one or the bigger one?
The small one, and then I'll attempt to jump onto the bigger one from
Oh,
there.
yeah. Okay, so, yep, you're up
I
on
think
top
they
of that.
call that an outhouse.
It
I'm
does
on top
look
of the
like
outhouse.
Gotta start somewhere.
You know what an outhouse is.
And that's my turn. That's all I can do.
Well, your movement would be to get up there. If you want to do an action, you can try to make your jump now.
Oh, well then yes, I attempt to do that.
Yeah, so an acrobatics would work, or probably
Can I make it athletics?
Yeah. Yep, athletics would work.
You know, after that first roll, I haven't rolled above a 10.
It's like that scene in the Olympics when they go to
Weak.
mount the horse and fall.
Yeah, so it's not that you missed getting up there, but what you're doing is you're hanging on to the edge, and so on your next turn, you're going to use your movement to pull yourself to the top. Okay?
Okay.
So that'll be your full movement will be taken up in you pulling yourself onto the roof.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
And I assumed you just put the bow and stuff away as you were doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That was Ian, so we are now to Narth.
Oh, that's me.
Snarf.
All right. So Narth is going to. How far is he from? That's his whole movement. Man, he's gonna urge Urgala to fall back to the lion's share. It'll do us no good if you're up here and I'm back there and there's nobody here to help us. We're gonna get burned alive. You see those things up there?
Cowards!
Untrustful adventures, I knew it! I have to do this my whole self.
He bristles at this and says, I am no coward.
Then get your ass up here!
I am smart. We will live on, and we will be able to protect this town. We
She
need to
kicks
fall
dirt at
back.
you. She kicks dirt at you.
It is your life. And he falls back. I think he's gonna dash back to the entrance. Well, it's his turn.
All right. That's going to bring us to the giants. Okay. So they stride forward. They actually begin to charge. So they're moving at their, instead of the 30 they were moving. Yeah, they're going to keep pace with the Orogs. So they kind of get up close to these guys. The Magmans. Which I believe move. Yeah. So. Okay, right to the field. So here and here. Maybe here-ish. Maybe here-ish. Here-ish. And like that. This one moves around and tries to start the outhouse on fire. This one moves around and tries to start this building on fire. This one moves to that building. Might not be able to reach much further. This one continues to try to burn this building down. And just let me check one other thing. Nope, they can't do that. Okay. That is their turn. Greybeard, you are up.
All right then. GB is gonna dash to the edge of this building here, and well, he can't stealth in the same turn as he dashes, so he's just gonna dash to the edge of the building here.
Okay.
And prepare his axe.
Sounds good. Othavir, rounding out the bottom of the turn.
Can he see either of those two Orogs? It's tough to tell with that flag there.
Yeah, we'll say you can see him. He saw him through the windows. He knew they were charging that way. He knows they're there.
All right. He'll cast Firebolt at one of them.
All right, let me check.
For a whopping 4.
You did not hit the Oreg. So you see the firebolt glance off a shoulder pauldron, and you're pretty sure it did no damage.
All right, and then he moves.
Okay. He moves south or north or what? Oh, there you go. Gotcha. All right. Starting round 5. Here we go. Dars, you are up.
Dars dashes over here, and that is his turn.
Good job, Dars. You see a stunty dwarf coming up from behind. And you can see those orcs on the axe beaks too, through the little alleyway there of those two farm buildings. Moving on to Urgula.
Get that arrow away from my character. Are there no true heroes here anymore? Do I have to do
Don't
this all
be
myself?
stupid, woman.
Cowards! She dashes in front of the house.
We'll give the audience a little background. Urgula doesn't like adventurers either, and now she's just confirming that.
Treacherous bastard. The whole lot of them. I wish there was a dwarf.
Delicious
There was only
irony.
a dwarf that would fight with me. I could share my inn with him.
Just keep fishing. I'm not quite close enough yet.
All right. That brings us to Darethra on the top of the tower. You've got pretty much everybody kind of running back and forth with no real organization yet happening.
We're only 18 seconds into the fight. Cut us some slack.
Plus, we got like really slow movement. I mean, it's taken Jarrel just this, and he's got 40 feet of movement just to get up to where he's at.
That would be Greybeard's turn.
Oh, what? Oh, duh.
Darethra is up.
Another shot at the fire giant, and I guess like Jarrel can see his or her concern, and I guess she'll just call out the tactical situation quickly. She'll say, "Orcs on X speaks to the east. Magma men, then fire giants, Orogs. Can't see further north." Just to kind of at Ka'Fey and Jarrel, and she can see some of the others have moved down the street there, so that's what she calls out.
Okay, sounds good.
And that was weird. 1 second, crossbow firing at that fire giant again.
The arrow
Mugger.
strikes the armor and shatters. Does not penetrate.
Oh, nope. She can't go all dwarf.
All right. Galeron, you're riding on the back of a white lion, which is pretty awesome in itself.
And I will continue to ride on the back of the white lion.
Okay.
Let the children cry.
Quickly get
Can he hold his action?
He can, sure.
For
With a
something
trigger.
Yeah, if
Something-
something comes into range, I will swing at it.
I don't think he can fight from the mount, but yeah, we'll fudge it, I guess.
Kick?
He's almost dead. His like entrails are half hanging out.
I'll
right?
absorb
Yeah.
arrows if anything happens.
I'm
Oh, it's
pretty much
internal
letting him
bleeding.
ride on a lion, which is
Yeah.
probably not even.
Your lion is like white
To
and
be-
red right now.
To be fair, his running speed is the same as the lion's, so I could just be next to him.
Yeah. Okay. So the Orogs are up. There's a shout from the giants, and these Orogs come back. So they will charge back their movement, which is about that area. So, oh, stupid. And they get about to here.
Are they shouting in Orcish?
No, giant.
Okay.
So you see them disappear back behind the building, Gelron and Finn and Othivir. They seem to be dashing back as far as you can tell. But the axe beaks are still on the move. And they're catching up. Oh, why does it do that? Such pain.
I think he fell off. It's like chess. Once you move the token, it's got to stay there.
Yeah. The flags were cool, but their bounding box is killing me. There we go. All right. You could tell they are moving faster than your sprint, Mr. Lion. And then the southern ones, they are going to... Yeah, they're going to move. And he moves to here behind this building to take cover at a dash. And this one does the same. Hides behind a building at a dash. And that is the Orog's turn. Jarrel is up.
All right, Jarrel is going to... He's going to move up to around here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't move 3 guys, but go ahead. You can continue. These guys just march forward.
He's going to move around here. I'm assuming he's got, like, cover here.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of a smallish outhouse, and you are in the middle of the road. I mean, you're not...
Like,
can you move any
is this
further?
Completely flattened? Is
No.
this thing completely flat?
No, it's not.
Like, does the rubble provide, in conjunction with the little outhouse?
I mean, yeah, if they weren't, 18 feet tall, yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's pretty much his dash movement. Oh, those are the 3 guys you wanted to move?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, let me think about that then. And they look like they're orc. These guys are giant. I speak giant. All right, so that is my movement. I'm gonna yell out to the giants in giant. What business do you have here?
You see one of them look kind of your way. They're not... I think they hear you more than they have noticed you or seen you. But they do not respond.
Does it look like they understand what I'm saying?
You definitely saw their heads turn your way.
Okay, so with their head turned my way, I'm going to try one more time and ask them, what has this town done to deserve this?
And the female just kind of smiles, and then you see her hefting a rock, but doesn't speak back to you. Kind of like a softball bounce of a rock in her hand.
All right. Before I had moved, the previous turn, I just want to make sure everybody had heard me. That I was gonna, excuse me, try and marshal forces at the northern end of the Lion Shore. So that would have been probably within earshot of Ardreth and Ka'Fey and Greybeard. All right, that's Jarl's movement.
Okay.
That's his turn.
Awesome. Coffee's up.
All right, he's gonna dash forward another 60. He's gonna say to Greybeard from behind, Greybeard, we can't afford to be innocent. Stand up and face the enemy. It's a do or die situation.
Right, I'll do, you die.
That's it.
Boy, Greybeard's grumpy today. All right, moving on to Finn. You were up. Those axe beaks are breathing down your neck.
They were on.
Dash.
Did they dash last time?
They dash to get to you. You have watched them for a couple turns now, and you're thinking they're moving faster than your mount moves.
Well,
So
crap.
I mean, even at your full
Master Dwarf, I apologize for having you mount up.
Oh, but I think, I mean, if you dash, they're going to have to dash to keep up with you. It's not like they're going to be able to run and then hit you, but they're going to dash and get to you. And then if you were to continue, you would think they'd probably dash past you, which then would allow them to get their attack in. Right now, they're using dash to try to keep up with you.
All right, then I take it back. We will dash as well.
Yeah, I think you can do it probably for another. I mean, you've been in battles, you're mounted combat. You think you can probably get another turn before they actually get a swing, maybe a second turn. But by then, they're definitely going to be able to hit you. They're going to be on you enough to hit you at the current rate. Right past Oathevere. All you got to do is run
dash is
faster than
100.
him.
Yeah. I don't know who that guy is.
All right. We'll
It's
put.
going to be Tigray in a minute.
All right. Ardreth is up.
All right, I will continue on.
You actually can see Finn racing towards you on a white lion, which you missed the super awesome introduction of the white lion last session, but it still impresses you to see it even now.
It's the C.S. Lewis Chronicles of Narnia.
It's remember Warhammer and the.
Here.
Come on, you had Warhammer armies, didn't you? The white lions.
Yes, I do. Yep.
Glass cannons.
I have moved forward.
Okay. That would bring us to Ian. Ian, they are respecting your bow, even though you've complained you have not rolled higher than a 10 since then. And they are trying to approach you using cover now, as you've definitely hurt one of them. And I believe you're pulling yourself up onto the roof as your movement, but you are now on the roof of that building.
Yes, I am. And I can't hit anything else from here, right?
Ooh, that's a good question. What's your total range?
600. Can I see them, though? That's my question.
Yeah, you're on the... Well, that's a big building. You can see the giant.
You know, they're not a direct threat to me right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to hold my...
There you go. Now you're being smart.
I'm going to hold my action and until they pop out,
Nicely done.
and then I'll hit them.
Countered me. Good job. All right. So, yeah, when they pop out of cover, you'll be able to snap off your shot. And that will bring us to Narth. You were up.
Narth doesn't really have a lot.
You're a little winded from running down the road and now back, so you kind of like done a wind sprint.
Yeah. He's just gonna really just wait and corral. Actually, what he's gonna do is he's gonna go through the building to the other side, and just see if he can see anybody coming in. Looks like everybody's gone past. So he is going to. He's gonna yell out to Darathra that that anybody that's in the area, see if she can marshal them toward the northern part of the lion share. The northern entrance. And he's going to ask her what she sees. What is the situation from up there?
She did just call it out, but she gives you a nod and like raises her crossbow.
Okay. All right. And I think I don't think he'll have enough to run back to the other side, so that'll be his turn.
Okay. Giants. All right. So we're going to throw a rock at Darathra's tower to try to knock her loose for daring to throw a crossbow bolt at a giant.
No.
So let's do that first. Which means actually they're only going to move. She will move 30 feet first, actually. Which will put her there. Okay. A little closer. And here comes a rock at the tower to smash into the tower. Yeah, rock smashes into that corner. Darathra is going to need to make either an athletics, acrobatics, or dexterity check to dive away from being flinged off that tower.
Alrighty.
Oh, I meant to make these things so you could see that.
Whoop, combat roll.
Yeah, 13's high enough, so you're able to you dive back so that you don't fall off the tower. But that corner now is smashed in. You can no longer stand at that corner. So go ahead and move your token back by about 10 feet.
Cool.
And you go prone. You're like diving backwards to get out of the way of the rock and not be harmed by it. And so you've dived and you've gone prone at the top there. All right. Okay, so that takes care of that. The other giant is going to keep pace, so he's going to use his full dash movement. Yeah, that keeps pace with the Orogs. That means she's just going to be a little bit behind. She only moved the 30. Okay, so Magnums are continuing to try to light these buildings on fire. This one's going to move to this building and begins to try to burn Othavir's harness building. And this one will move a little further. And these other... Let's see how far we can get. So a dash... Walk up to walk dash. Okay. So this one gets here, starts trying to light this building on fire, starts trying to light that building on fire. Gets close to that, not quite yet. Not quite. Not quite. And not quite. It's heading that way. Okay. The original building, because we are on now, that's still turned. Yeah. So I think we're 2 of those. Okay, is really starting to flame up. Lots of smoke is coming from this building now. It's getting close to being to the point where it can't be saved. And that is their turn. The giants, you hear the female giant, for those of you that speak giant, yell orders to the Magman, burn those buildings. And the other one, the male, is kind of yelling over his shoulder, get up here and guard us, quickly. He's yelling back to the other Orogs. That is their turn. Greybeard is up.
He yelled to the ones to the north?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I mean, he looked over his shoulder and yelled.
Okay.
Over his right shoulder.
Man, I really want to just hide here and then kill an Axebeak, because looking at this mess, it feels like that's about... I'll call it a victory if we kill an orc on an Axebeak. I'm waiting for like the chrome dragon to come flying in and, you know, save us. So, I guess I'm gonna rule 34. Don't be a hero. Gotta go be a hero. "70 feet at a time."
You're going to take a bath, is what you're doing.
Hey, I'd better to stand in a pond when magma men are fighting you. Trust me.
All right. Oathevere, bottom of the round. You, sir, have watched a lion race past you. You see orcs and axebeaks charging down the road. You were feeling like something needs to happen soon.
Yeah, it's going to involve fleeing.
Okay. All right. And we're at the top of the order. But I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and call it there, as we are at the end of our evening. And although it spent a good amount of time with movement and getting ready for first contact of the melee variety, we definitely have a lot going on. There's a lot of buildings being destroyed. There's a lot of arrows being fired. There's just a lot going on. This is a big battle, so it's pretty awesome. So we're going to go ahead and call it there, and then we will be back fresh and ready to rejoin battle next Monday at 7 p.m., where our party and the NPCs that they're playing, which is nice, so I don't have to play them, we'll see if they can actually save Tribor from these giants, or if Tribor is going to get wiped off the map in the Forgotten Realms of the Sword Coast. It could happen. Things are starting to get on fire. It could go bad soon. So I want to say thanks for joining. If you missed any of our episodes, I definitely recommend that you go back and check out any of the VODs or the YouTube videos. You can check out the GM's perspective on my channel. And I saw we had a GM join chat. It looked like Underdog Jr. is running his own Storm King's Thunder. Apparently his group is in the Nightstone battle area. So you guys all remember that quite a bit. They're about to head to the Dripping Caves, which is so fun. One of the best battle scenes we've had of all season so far, of this season, of this campaign.
Depends on your perspective.
Too soon. Too soon.
So good luck to him and his party. And if you want to see the player's perspective, you can go ahead and watch MC Colonel's perspective. He has it up on his channel. So thanks to our players for playing tonight. Thanks for everybody for showing up. We had a full group, which was awesome. Everybody's 5th level, just in case anybody missed that. Let me go to the character screen so you get another chance to see our group of mostly elves, half-elves, with a token dwarf, I guess, at this point. Maybe we should change him to Token instead of
That's your new name, Token, yeah.
Token.
Hey, man, no, that's Josh's from Thursday nights.
That's
Josh.
the Thursday night, yeah. hopefully we'll be playing some Star Trek Adventures on Thursday if you want to come check that out. Although I don't know if we're going to stream that or not. You might have to check it out on the YouTubes because we're still getting that show off the ground. All right, so I think that's all I have. I'm going to say thanks for joining. Hey, definitely make sure you